Shalom Yesharella. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, B'chah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessing to those Akim that's preached the word in all truth and sincerity, along to Israelite foreigner brothers that are like the heathens, but the line of outside goes back to the nation of Israel, which nation of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans through the prophecies and curses of Deuteronomy 28 chapter and throughout the Bible. So this is brother your call, a mouth with the lesson. And today's lesson will be entitled Enter Ye In at the Strait Gate. I'm just gonna go on some precepts and a little warning. You brothers and you sisters out there, be edified through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shimon Shai. Because one thing about being the truth is that we go through a lot of sufferings and afflictions, positions of difficulties, because ultimately the Lord is making us harden, in the spirit so we can be able to withstand in Jacob's trouble, you know, and the Lord don't want us to be comfortable, um, right now, so we can mold our character to it so it can be hard, in Jacob's trouble, man, you know. So I just want to go into it and, Lord one, you brothers and if your sisters out there be edified through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shimon Shai. You know, I looked at the word straight. You know,
Strait.
it means when you go to the second definition. You know, it says used in reference to a situation characterized by a specified degree of trouble or difficulty. You know, so it says a bad, difficult situation, a sorrow condition, difficulty, trouble. You know, a mess. That's right. And that's all the hell we catch in this truth, by bearing our cross, you know. And as you read in Matthew 7 and 13, as Yahweh Shai said, it says, enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the way, and white and right, and what is wide is the gate. The wide represents all these different philosophies outside the truth, which is a wide gate, the broad way, such as, being a Muslim, being a Christian, being a Kemet, even amongst the circumcision in the truth, by preaching false doctrine. You know, it says, for wide is the gate and broad is the way that lead to destruction, and many there be which go in there at, right? So, by following, false gods and false doctrines, outside the truth, that's going to lead to your destruction, you know. It says, verse 14 says, because straight is the gate and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it. And right, so the straight gate is the way to go. Even though it's a position of difficulty, but this is the way. And it says, and few there be that find it. And right, and the few are the elect of Israel. You know, because Yahweh Shai, when he made this statement, he was really quoting from Esdras, second Esdras the seventh chapter, which we're gonna go into it. Second Esdras 7:1. It says, and when I had made an end of speaking these words, there was sent unto me an angel which had been sent unto me the nights afore. And he said unto me, up, Esdras, and hear the words that I am come to tell thee. And I said, speak on, my power. Then said he unto me, the sea is great, the sea is set in a wide place, that it might be deep and great. And right, and the sea represents the kingdom of heaven, which is gonna say it, it says, but put the case, the entrance were narrow and like a river, you know. So that's that straight gate, the very narrow path. It says, who then could go into the sea to look upon it and to rule it. So we understand that the sea is a metaphor for the kingdom of heaven, you know. It says, if he went not through the narrow, which is a straight gate, the position of difficulty, how could he come into the broad, to the kingdom, right? So, we must go through Jacob's trouble, you know, and catch hell in the truth, the Lord willing, enter into the kingdom of heaven. It says, there is also another thing, a city is builded and set upon a broad field, and is full of all good things, which is kingdom of heaven. It says the entrance thereof is narrow and is set in a dangerous place to fall, like as it were a fire on the right hand, and on the left a deep water. And right, and that represents being in the truth, because being in the truth, it comes a lot of hardships. You get that fiery trial, you know, and that deep water on the left hand side, and that fire on the right hand. You know, it says, as it says in First Peter 4, it says, "Beloved, think." First Peter 4:12, it says, "Beloved, thinking not strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened to you, man." So we all go through those fiery trials, right now, and ultimately it's gonna be Jacob's trouble, and as of right now, will be just a few examples, losing our jobs, having car issues, financial issues, a brother's got a woman, having woman issues, having trouble in the flesh with these women, as Apostle Paul said, and you know, trouble with your family. It's a division amongst you and your family because of what you believe in and what they believe in, and many other things, man. You know, so it's that fiery trial, and we understand that water and fire can kill you. You know, it says, verse 8, it says, and one only path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could but one man go there at once. And right, and that goes into working out your own salvation. Because we all have our story. We all have to, as it says in Philippians 2:12, it says, "Word from my beloved, as you have always obeyed, not as in my absence, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence. Work out your own salvation with fear and trembling." And right, so we all have to work out our salvation with fear and trembling. We can't even save ourselves, man. Only Yahweh Shah is gonna save us. Lord willing, will be those men. So we have to work out our own salvation with fear and trembling by doing the works that's pleasing to the Lord, man. You know, being a good brother. You know. So let's go back to Second Ezra 7 and verse 9 says, "If this city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive his inheritance?" And right, so if we never go through Jacob's trouble or go through hell, how are we gonna receive the kingdom of heaven? Just like Yahweh Shai, you know, Yahweh Shai didn't take the easy route, man, to get the kingdom. Because it's gonna be his kingdom on earth. He had to go through it, man. He had to suffer great humility. When he was nailed to the cross, man. When he was crucified, when he died for the nation of Israel's sins, starting on with the elect, man. So, and it's the saying, if or, what's the saying? Basically, like, if something is just handed to you, given to you without you not earning it by going through hell and through those tribulations, you're not gonna be appreciative for it, man. So that's the same for us. The Lord gonna make us go through all this hell and this truth, these tribulations, so we can appreciate the kingdom when it comes to us. Lord one will be of those men, the first fruits in the kingdom. You know, but that's why it says in Sirach, too. So it's meant, as the apostle always says, it's meant for us to suffer, man. I just get this first real quick before it escapes my mind. Acts 14:22. You know, it says confirming the souls of the disciples. And right, it's like the word confirming. Confirming is from the Greek word.
Strong's G 1991 episterizo.
Episterizo, which means to establish besides, strengthen more. So confirm means to strengthen, you know. It says confirming the souls of the disciples or strengthening the souls of the disciples and exhorting them. Exhorting means encouraging them and exhorting them to continue in the faith and that we must do much tribulation enter the kingdom of Yahweh, right? So through much tribulation, we're going to enter into the kingdom of the Most High, man, which is our straight gate, you know. It wasn't easy for Yahweh Shai. You know, it's not going to be easy for us, you know. But what did Yahweh Shai say? He said, I have overcame the world. In Lord 1, we are over to overcome, you know. Let's see, I think it's overcome. Yep, this is St. John 16:33. It says, these things I have spoken unto you, and this is Yahweh Shai speaking, I believe. Con, yep. Call out Yahweh Shai. This is St. John 16:33. These things I have spoken unto you, that in me you might have peace. You know, because we got the comforter, the word, you know, which the comforter is the word, which the word is Yahweh Shai. You know, it says, in the world you shall have tribulation, but be of good cheer, I have overcome the world, man. You know, and Yahweh Shai is our greatest example to be in the faith. You know, we imitate Yahweh Shai. You know, as is written, we are ambassadors of the Lord, you know. So we represent Yahweh Shai, man, on earth by doing the doing the will of Yahweh by Shemon Shai, which is teaching the truth, you know. Um, 2 Corinthians 5:20 says, now then we are ambassadors for Yahweh Shai, as though Yahweh did beseech you by us. We pray you in Yahweh Shai's stead, be reconciled to Yahweh. Right, so, you know, we are ambassadors for Yahweh Shai. You know, we represent Yahweh Shai by following his conduct when he was on the earth, when we read the scriptures. How he was all about his heritage followers' will business by doing the work, you know, and same today, we about Yahweh Shai's business, you know, by, you know, going on the highways and byways, feeding the sheep, as Yahweh Shai told Peter, you know, I believe it was in St. John, the 21st chapter, you know, feed my sheep, you know, because that's what we have to do now, you know, and going on the highways and hedges. But ambassadors is from the Greek word. Strong's G 4243. Pesbull. And says to be ambassador, act as an ambassador, uh, act as a representative. You know, let's look it up real quick. It says an accredited diplomat sent by a country as its official representation to a foreign country. You know, it says a person who acts as a representative or promoter of a specified activity. And right, you know, and we represent Yahweh by Shemon Shai, you know, on earth, you know. Now, let's go to Sirach 2, you know, I'll probably end off on this precept, so, you know, pretty much made the point. Sirach 2, because this is, a lot of Christians think that when you come to serve the Lord, it's going to be a lot of prosperity, you know, which the Lord does bless us, you know, but for the most part, the Lord is gonna, you know, we're gonna catch hell, you know. This is Sirach 2:1 in the Apocrypha. It says, my son, if thou come to serve Yahweh by Shemon Shai, prepare thy soul for temptation. And right, you know, temptation meaning test. And the ultimate temptation will be the hour temptation, according to Revelation 3:10, which is the MOTB, aka the Charagma, in Revelation 13:16 being implemented throughout the whole world. You know, so the Lord's gonna try us, you know, but the Lord said, you know, he's gonna keep his elect from taking the Charagma, the electronic tag, you know. And that's our hope, man, to believe in Yahweh Shemosai to provide for us in these troubling times we're coming to. You know, this is Revelation 3 and 10 says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, you know, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. Right. So, we have to keep the word of the Lord's patience, which is the truth, holding fast until holding fast on what we have, the measurement of truth of what we have, man. You know, it says, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Right. So that's the benefits, you know, the fruits of serving the Lord, man. You know, Lord, when we endure to the end, we kept the Lord. Lord, when we will keep the word of the Lord's patience, but the Lord's gonna put the spirit on us to not take that character, man. So that's a benefit of serving the Lord. You know, and just look at that word world. You know, world is from the Greek word oikoumene, which means the whole sea, the whole inhabitants of earth, the world. So the charagma is going to be implemented throughout the whole world very soon, and we already seeing it, in Europe and Sweden, but soon it's going to be made mandated throughout the whole world, man. The Lord said He's gonna keep us from the hour of temptation from taking that charagma. The Lord gonna provide for us, man. So yeah, I can Lord when I was edified, and till next time, Shalom.